Hello gamers, my name is Duma and welcome to the Game Room. Today I have a build for you that was the single biggest surprise in performance from a build I've ever seen. The goal was to make a maximum accommodation build for those gamers who for whatever reason are moving a little bit slower in life and need a little bit of help, or those who just want the simplest way possible to do things. I streamed the whole build creation and testing for everyone, and what we ended up with was a zero ability, sort of, build that was not only capable of easily clearing Veteran Maelstrom and Veteran Vadishran, but legitimately able to kill a 12-man trial boss with zero issues, only heavy attacking and using no pets and heavy armor. My qualifications for the Immortal build tag on the channel is to be able to clear the 12-man trial boss of St. Lothus in the Trial Asylum Sanctorium with no sustain or survivability issues and getting it done in about 10 minutes. And this thing cleared it in 10 minutes and 9 seconds with no issues. Crazy stuff. The written guide is up and available for you now as well over at thegameroom.tv. Let's go. For this build, literally any race will work. Ideally, you want a Magicka-based race with high elf being the most damage. We have all 64 points in Magicka using pickled fishbowl food or sugar skulls for similar values, but with extra stamina as well. We'll talk about potions here shortly as well. For our gear, first we're using the Sergeant set, which is one of the best heavy attack sets in the game. We're using it not only for its damage, but because it's a heavy set, which we want for defense and health recovery, and it also has additional health recovery, which is a stat we'll be stacking, so it fits perfect into the build. For our next set, I thought we would end up using the class set of Beacon since we aren't using pets, which will make the 5 set give us an additional 15% damage and healing, along with it coming in heavyweight and having a line of armor. However, after playtesting, Hexos just blew it out of the water. With its constant large shielding proccing that just carries you through so many things. Hexos slows down an already very slow build. You don't even need to worry or think about it. This set will help carry you through content, soaking up tons of damage. For most fights, Hexos ended up being our #1 source of healing and shielding in the logs. Together, it looks like this with Sergeants on these spots on the body, with Hexos around that on the belt, jewelry, and weapon. We top this off with a heavy monster helm of your choice that has a line of penetration and Oakensoul. All armor and divines with max Magicka enchants. All 3 jewelry pieces we want in infused. Infused will give you slightly higher heavy attack damage versus arcane. Then use physical harm enchants for a tiny bit of stamina sustain, which is useful to help recover stam from sprinting, bashing, or whatever else you need to do. Last, we have a precise staff with a flame enchant. CP is here for you as well. 2 notes on CP. We are juicing our direct damage through various ways, which is the final tick of your heavy attack, along with some other miscellaneous things in the build. And Reaving Blows heals you for 8% of this direct damage. Your heavy attack takes about 2 seconds to complete, which procs Reaving Blows at the end. So we are essentially backdooring another heal over time kind of that ticks for you about every 2 seconds when doing damage. Next is Strategic Reserve. This gives you health recovery based on how much ultimate you have. We don't use our ultimate at all with this build and sit on it at 500 ultimate, gaining just over 3k health recovery, which is another backdoor heal kind of healing you passively every 2 seconds. For our abilities, first we have Either Morph of Flare slotted only for the major protection, reducing the damage you take by 10%. Inner Light, increasing our Magicka pool, which increases output. Bound Aegis, which boosts our Magicka as well, also giving us the buff of Minor Resolve, making us more tanky, and gives us access to the Daedric Protection passive, increasing our health and stamina recovery by 20%. Next is the only ability you actually have to press, and that is Critical Surge. This heals you every second you deal crit damage, which will be constantly. This is a super long duration at 33 seconds, so you only need to press this 1 time every half minute or so. That's it. That's why we called it zero-ish ability. There's no damage abilities to press, and just this 1 passive ability you have to use every 33 seconds or so. Next, we are using the scribing ability, Shocking Banner, that you turn on once and never touch it again for the rest of the day. We have that in the Shock script and Class script. The 3rd script doesn't matter, just pick anything you already have, as we have all the buffs already from Oakensoul. What this does is gives us 6% more direct damage, and since we do not have a pet, when Banner procs, it procs shock damage all around us, helping add a little bit more AoE to the mix. It also reduces our health recovery by 33%, but with our potion rolling, we have so much, we're still at over 3k with it, which is really good. So keep your potions rolling during combat so you don't lose this extra health recovery. For our ultimate, we're using Either Morph of Dawnbreaker, and you just sit on it and never use it. This gives us extra weapon and spell damage from the Fighters Guild passive Slayer, steroiding our output. For our potions, we're going to be using this specific Essence of Health, giving us health and health recovery, increases our physical resistance by a little over 5k, putting us just a hair under the resist cap, and then Major Vitality, increasing your healing and shielding by 12%. This is made with Mountain Flower, Butterfly Wings, and Beetle Scuttle. There is no easier playstyle. Walk up to enemies, hold down heavy attack, and that's it. There is nothing in this game that is meant to be soloed that you can't easily clear with this. And that's it, gamers. Super quick. Not much more to it. I'll leave you with a bit of gameplay from the play playtesting on stream so you can see it in action. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.